Hi everyone, welcome to Insights with Lily Zhang. Today I'm going to talk about 10 trends post-coronavirus. Well, actually we are still in the process of coronavirus, the pandemic. It's not over yet. It's not actually post-pandemic. It's still going through pandemic. But I still would like to talk about the trend, the lifestyle, economic and political, especially geopolitical trends going to keep for the rest of 2020, also until later. Number one, coexistence of coronavirus. Yeah, most of us probably already out of lockdown in Europe, in some states of United States and China, Asia. Yeah, we feel maybe the pandemic is over, but actually it's not. Many countries are experiencing second wave, like South Korea, even New Zealand, Australia, Germany, and Iran, Brazil. Actually, Latin America is still in the middle of pandemic. They become the new epicenter of the pandemic. But other countries like Germany, South Korea, they've been under control quite well after the losing up of the measures. New infections come back, so many experts call that second wave. Well, actually I don't think that's second wave. It's the virus still there. We haven't got it under control, and the spread speed slowing down because we locked down our society and our economy. And once everything open up, the virus just remind us the virus still there. And unlike 2003 SARS, because SARS disappeared in summertime, but this time we can see in cold weather, hot weather, the coronavirus is still here. So it's definitely not going to disappear in summertime. It might come back. I think it's going to be just in turn. Now it's in southern hemisphere, in South America particularly, very serious. I think probably in wintertime it will come back to northern hemisphere. So the trend is we are probably going to have to coexist with coronavirus. Even if we develop a vaccine or treatment, but the virus could well be mutated. Yeah, that's going to be a long coexistence for us and the virus. Number two, the lifestyle and habit we have to keep, like wearing mask, social distancing, and washing our hands, because the pandemic is still there. We're not over it. We're far from over. So some hygiene habits we have to keep. Like Germany is doing quite well. In any public closed area, you have to wear a mask going to shops, restaurants, and public transport. Many countries in Asia, people are getting used to wearing masks everywhere. So to be honest, I really, really hate wearing masks. It's especially awful in summertime. But looks like if we want to get this virus under control, we have to wear a mask. Oh, there are some different styles of masks are getting more interesting, but that's probably going to be part of our daily accessory, wearing mask. And social distancing going to be there. We all know the 1.5 meters to 2 meters social distancing, and washing hands going to be part of routine hygiene process. But I think those measures, those habits are not bad, except the mask I don't like. I keep the distance, and washing hands is not too bad. Number three, consuming behavior. I think our consuming behavior have changed a lot during the lockdown. We stay at home. We do lots of online shopping, banking. socializing online. I think this trend is going to keep basically as long as the pandemic is there. And scientifically, after 21 days, we form new habit. So I think most people probably already form their new habit, the habit of shopping online, talking more online, study online, and socializing online. And yes, we are going to see that more and more. And well, the new habit probably will be stay at home more rather than going to nightclubs, restaurants. This trend may be benefiting our family life and our personal relationships with our family members and loved ones. Also, we probably, instead of going to gym and sports event more, we probably spend more time in nature. Like I already formed the habit of running in the German forest. I absolutely love it. Love the birds chirping, love the greenness, the fresh air. So I think they are new habits. We are really healthy and we are more close to nature. That's part of the benefit we got from this pandemic, I think. Now I'm going to talk about economical trends. Number 4, L-shaped recovery. Yes, we talk about the pandemic. Actually, most of the economists agree. They are arguing about, is it going to be a V-shape, U-shape, or L-shape? V-shape is quite short, normally after one natural disaster like flood or drought or earthquake, and the economy bounce back very quickly. Doesn't look likely this time because the pandemic is unlikely to be short-term. U-shaped is the longer no growth period and followed by a stronger bounce back. L-shape is quite a lot of economists maybe favor this scenario. It's a long term of no growth, very slow recovery, and isolationism, populism. This because the recovery is going to be very long and slow. I kind of agree on the L shape. I think this that's why if you watch my previous program, I say this is probably the greatest depression. Can compare with 1929 depression. And this time we probably the difference is we probably have more government support and government stimulus packaging. But according to the latest statistics, the world economy is going to shrink 5.5%. It's triple the percentage compared with 2008 financial crisis. United States going to estimated to shrink 8.6%. EU zone going to shrink 7.3%. China is already announced they already had minus 6.5% for the first quarter, and maybe getting worse for the rest of the year. So we're going to see the world economy going to shrink dramatically. We are in the Great Depression. It's just, if you think this is bad, this is just the beginning. Number 5, the end of globalization. Yes, we already see the disruption of supply chain after the pandemic. We're already seeing the trade war between United States and China. Also, we see the gap between rich countries and poor countries getting larger and larger. And after this pandemic, we're going to see more of that trend. We don't see any ease of the trade wars. The trade war between America and China basically is just escalating. They have, both of them have economic and political crisis. But the trade war is going to be getting more intense. Also, the gap between rich countries and the poor countries is going to be larger and larger because of the pandemic. Like rich countries like Europe and the United States, because they can control the pandemic better, they can deal with their medical resources, can deal with the pandemic better. But developing countries and poorer countries, they suffer from both very slow economic growth and plus the impact of the pandemic. It's just a double pressure on their economy and political system. Number 6, we're going to have losers and winners of different industries. We're going to see digital industry grow very dramatically. We're already seeing online shopping, online banking. Now we're going to see more and more online education, schooling, and online socializing. So online business are going to boom, and we already seen that for the past 10 years, but after pandemic, everything going to be online, and the business online going to grow very fast. Social media, shopping, banking, most part of our life, anything can be online, will be online. Sports, education, we'll see more and more business online. But of course, there are some loser industries like airlines, retail, and sports events, hospitality industry. They're going to suffer a lot. So we'll see many businesses close down, many industries going to change dramatically. Even in property industry, I think the commercial property sector are going to suffer a lot. I think residential property probably will do well because of the pandemic. Basically, people stay at home more and they need more space for each person at home. So I think property industry, the residential property market will doing well, but commercial property market going to suffer a lot or going to change dramatically. Bigger offices, shopping malls, cinemas, large events, venues, conference facilities, they're going to change. They're going to lose a lot of profit and revenue. I don't know when they're going to recover. We might expect probably that sector might recover in 2 to 3 years, or maybe never recover if technology favor the online ventures and also on people's consuming behavior change. And now I'm going to talk about politics, especially geopolitics after the pandemic. Number 7, AAA countries. Today I just read Moody's new credit rating for countries for their sovereign debts. Coincidentally, those countries doing well in the pandemic, their economy actually will recover much better. So those countries, those AAA ratings country being rated by 3 rating agencies are the top 10 AAA rating countries, including Australia, Germany, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Scandinavia countries like Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Also Singapore. I think those countries doing quite well, and I think they are going to recover from this pandemic pretty quickly. Number 8, we're going to talk about China. China is going to be in really bad shape economically and politically. Also, they have quite a lot of natural disaster this year. I just seen, they have very serious flood, and the proud project of 3 Gorges Dam currently is under pressure of collapsing. Of course, that's the political product of, and also the poor quality of made in China stuff. And so China's, I think many countries of the world, they are not recognize China is going to have a very, very bad, serious economic problem. And the country is going to backwards probably 10 to 20 years. Just last month, China's Prime Minister Li Keqiang just announced officially there are 600 million people actually under poverty line, and their monthly income is less than $150 per month. So 60% of China's population is very poor, and China's GDP growth is going to be slow and going to be minus for some time. So if you still rely on China for your supply chain and still hope you can do very good business with your Chinese customer or suppliers, you might have to change your strategy. You might have to diversify your supply chain, move to a more secured area. Number 9, United States. Well, United States currently is not in good shape either. The economy is going to shrink for 8.6%, and they currently have more than 35 million unemployed people. And we all over the world already know, we've seen the Black Lives Matter, this movement. It's not just a racial problem. I think fundamentally that just show deeper conflict and the issues within America. Of course, America suffered the most for the pandemic. They have the highest number of infection and also the highest number of death. And they have a huge problem of stability and social problem. Also, this year is going to be America's election year. So Donald Trump is under tremendous pressure. Is he going to win the election? I guess he probably will marginally win, because it's not because he's doing well. It's just because Americans don't have much choice. Either Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I think that's a nightmare. The United States and China, the two big engines of world economy, is going to slow down dramatically or even stop or reverse. Number 10, Hong Kong, Latin America, and the rest of the world. It's not in good shape. Yeah, I already talked about, I have one program especially talk about Hong Kong. Basically, I think Hong Kong is dead. China already passed national security law last month, and now they have their national security agency already into Hong Kong. Now the head of Hong Kong government, she can appoint a judge of the High Court. So basically Hong Kong's independent legal system is dead officially, and Hong Kong basically as a financial hub of Asia and even the world is dead. It's on the road to dramatic decline, economically, politically, and financially. Disaster. Latin America, they have very big trouble because currently Latin America is the epicenter of the global pandemic. So they have second highest, like Brazil have the second highest infections and death rate in the world. And Argentina, Peru, Chile, they're dealing very badly in the pandemic. I already talked about Latin America before because their economy is not doing well. They are under tremendous pressure from economic decline, and also they have a very unstable political system. And now, plus the pandemic, So the Latin America is going to be in big trouble. So how Latin America going to get out of this downward spiral? I don't know. Okay, I've already talked about the 10 trend of post-pandemic. I already mentioned we are not over the pandemic yet. So it's not really post-pandemic, but relatively we probably passed the peak of the pandemic. We just on the flattened curves of the pandemic. Obviously we're going to experience more and more, maybe second or third smaller waves, but pretty simple, it's going to be here for quite some time. Like I said, we're going to coexist with this pandemic for some time. Experts forecasting it's going to be here until 2022. We might recover out of this disaster. I think 2 to 3 years, that's probably reasonable. We're probably still at the very early stage of all of this crisis. It's going to be difficult. Yeah, I understand. But we have to survive and we have to go through that. I hope you will. God bless us. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, some fans ask me how do they get personally, because they don't know when I'm going to have new videos. Basically every week I'll have a new video, but last week I was on holiday. Yeah, if you just click the little bell under the video, you can get personalized notification for my new videos. So please click that little button, the bell. Thank you very much. I see you next time.